Hello and welcome to Casual Veteran Gamer. In this video I'm going to share with you 5 tips for getting through the Dungeon Keeper campaign. These tips are in no particular order, although they're kind of in order of when you might use them during a level. If you do end up liking the tips, please leave a subscription and a comment below. Now down to the first tip. I've started, this is level number 8, Tickle, quite like that name. And my first tip is going to be, when you start, it's quite good to dig out all the gold before building a treasure room. Now it might seem a bit like, oh, why am I doing that? But it means the imps can get through a lot of the gold more quickly, because otherwise they will keep going back and forth to the treasure room from where the gold seams are. By doing this, giving a few little slaps as well. And I also tend to create as many imps as I can. Ooh, quite a lot of gold at the beginning of this one. Helps speed up the process. Okay, for the second tip, probably maybe one of the most important ones is the layout of your dungeon. Now I've paused the game to talk a bit through how I plan how I'm going to lay out a dungeon. It follows the same basic structure. Towards the center of a section of rooms, I would always put a hatchery and also try to get a treasure room near the center as well. So after digging out this gold here, this is probably going to be my hatchery, because then around it, above, below, and to the right, I can put other rooms. In fact, it'd probably be better. Now, while I'm paused, I can't actually tag out rooms, tag out tiles. What I'm going to do is create some rooms. It doesn't really matter what they are going to be exactly, but some decently sized rooms, what's probably going to be near the hatchery. So then creatures who are training in the workshop, in the library, do not waste too much time going to feed, because it's probably the thing they do most commonly before going to the treasure room. And while the imps are doing that, what we can start doing is putting down perhaps a small treasure room around where the previous sections of gold were dug out. Now that gives us a little bit of money to start laying down the dungeon. I didn't want to put that there. Mistake. I'm going to make this the hatchery, in fact, because it's a bit more central, and being near this impenetrable rock, I can be safe. I can be sure that there will be no danger digging down this way. So for the third tip, we can see this creature here, this Dark Mistress, has a wage of 726. That's quite a lot. She's level 10. I use a transfer creature to bring her into this level. Now what I'm going to do, just picked up a piece of gold, 51. In fact, there's an even smaller one here, 6. What I'm going to do, just drop that on her, and when it comes to payday, she won't go and get any gold. Okay, payday's about to happen. You can tell that by this bar here filling up, and quite soon we're going to get a notification that it's payday and she won't move. So let's just wait. So I just got a notification. I know you can't hear it. You can see that the time is reset and she didn't go anywhere. She didn't take any money from us. And if I wanted to right now, I could try and find some more gold to give her. Maybe the last one, 120. Okay, this isn't the most efficient. Drop that on her. I've just saved myself another 600 gold. Okay, so I've paused it here because I just noticed that it's payday. I just want to show you one more time. These warlocks and everyone else are going to the treasure room, but this Dark Mistress stayed in the library to work because she'd already been paid. And in my hand, I had 1 gold. I'm going to keep her happy for another payday, considering she takes up about a third of the whole wage. Now, you may have wondered why I left this 1 gold seam here. And this is for the tip number 4. If you have a lair next to a gold seam, and a warlock makes their lair there, they will actually get experience while they are sleeping in that lair. Now, I'm going to skip forward time a little bit to show you this happening. Quick bonus tip while I'm waiting for warlocks to turn up is, if you do transfer a creature, you can put that creature into a library. You don't have to have warlocks researching. At level 10, Dark Mistress is actually quite decent at researching. Dragons are also good creatures to transfer, good all-rounders as well. So a warlock has just entered my dungeon. I'm just going to unpause it. And to make sure that the warlock does go into this lair, look, is actually going to go to the lair, I think it's because this other lair, because it's closest to the library. I'm going to drop him in this one, and he will actually make his lair there. Now, we're not going to see him gain experience until all the spells are researched. So, I'm going to have to wait until that's done. All the research is just finished. The warlocks are going back to their lairs. If you don't have the research finished first, if you put them in the lair, they're just going to go to the library again quite quickly, unless you lock them in their lair, which is not a very nice thing to do. So, just drop them in there. Have a look at one of them. I'm going to speed this up. Alright, so I've got frame skip on, but you can see that they're gaining experience just even though they're doing nothing, just sleeping. Now, it's not only warlocks that gets this ability to gain experience while sleeping. Dragons will gain experience if their lair is next to some lava, and tentacles will gain experience if their lair is next to water. Now, they've got small downsides because water and lava tend to be open to the rest of the dungeon. Like here, for example. Now, there are no dragons in this level, so I can't show you the dragons. But with gold seams, you can quite often just create a room around them or near them, and it's nice and safe, and your warlocks will level up. Do note, however, this is not very quick, so it's better to try and get them doing this earlier rather than later if you're going to use this to level up your warlocks. For my last tip, this is very much down to personal preference, but you might end up with creatures that you don't want. Not really. Now, for me, I don't really like trolls that much. They are great at making traps and doors, but compared to other creatures for the fighting, they're just really not that good. Bile demons do much better in fights and can create traps almost as well as trolls. They are more expensive, but don't generally run out of money on a level, apart from a few levels maybe. Now, there are two ways to get rid of your creatures. You can either pick them up and just dump them in the portal. Now, this is the 8th level, Tickle. And this is the first level in which you actually get a temple. If you're adventurous enough, you could just put in creatures at random into the temple. You might get a reward, you might not. You might... Oh, look at this. What do I get? I get an orc. Sweet. Two trolls as an orc. Or, let's try 2 flies. Now, they said that the gods were pleased with my sacrifice and rewarded my offering. I can't see the offering. Sometimes it's a trap or a spell research, but that's already been done. The recipes, these are almost recipes. When you drop creatures into the temple, there are set rewards or punishments. You can look them up. I'm not going to go through them in this video. Maybe that will be a topic for another video, perhaps. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this video. My flies have started exploring here, so I can start to see some of the map. Leave a comment if you've used any of these tips. There are plenty of other tips. Maybe you can leave some of your own down below. And please do subscribe if you found this at all useful. Thank you for watching.